Okay, we are recording now. Everyone say hi to YouTube. Let's get into this collective, y'all. Let's see what's going on. What's up with the tea? You know, we gotta gag the boots down house. I'm just kidding. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. All right. Let's get into this. It's Friday. Friday. Like, comment, subscribe. Hodge is the new announcer for my YouTube videos. It's subliminal messaging. Every couple of minutes in the collective, I just go, subscribe. That would be funny. Okay. Let's actually see what's going on. Okay. 2 more, please. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. If this resonates with you, don't forget to give that big thumbs up. I can't. Okay. Let's get into this. Bottom of the deck, as you all know, is your challenge. Judgment. 2 of Cups. The Empress. And the World. Okay. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Some of you have, like... This is like contemplation. It almost feels like for some of you, the way my guides are giving this to me is like some of you have a path that's like splitting, like you're walking it and now it is splitting. And so for a lot of you, there is this kind of contemplation energy coming through of like, okay, where do I go? Which path do I follow? What do I do? For some of you, this is romantic. It doesn't have to be. But with the 2 of Cups and Judgment, this is like a big decisive point is how I'm hearing it for you guys right now. The Empress and the World as well is very much for those of you that don't want to get pregnant, wrap it. Okay, Empress and World is very strong pregnancy energy, so be very careful with that. That's a big baby mama combo. But you've got the 2 of Cups here in the Judgment. I feel like for a lot of you here, this is like a is this really worth my time anymore kind of energy is how this is coming through, you know? Like, is this actually enriching me? Is this giving to me in the way that I want to be given to? You know? And so I feel like for a lot of you, this is just kind of, your reading today almost feels busy. You know, it almost feels busy when I'm looking at all of your cards because there's no major arcana. It's like all minor. And as we know, the minor arcana is things that we can kind of like fuck with and things that we can affect. And it feels like for a lot of you, it's like you're kind of looking at every which way direction you could go. And so there's almost like this busy energy here, right? Showing up. So let's talk about it. You start with the 9 of Wands and the 7 of Wands. Excuse me, 6 of Wands, 5 VI. I can't read Roman numerals. Don't at me. With that 9 of Wands and the 6 of Wands here, some of you are looking to come out of this victorious, but at the same time, I feel like you guys don't really understand what victory looks like for you here. You know, for some of you, I feel like you're contemplating the 9 of Wands clarified by the 10 of Swords. You know, for some of you, you're like, is victory walking away? Is a victory an ending? Or is victory working through it? You know, sticking around. For some of you, this is a very big, these are totally opposite cards, you know, 10 of Swords and the 10 of Cups. Very, very opposite. One of them is like the happy ending and the other is like the disillusion of, or not the disillusion, the dissolving of a connection of some sort of cycle here. So it feels like for a lot of you guys, oops, I didn't mean to shuffle that deck because I have a second deck that we will be using for clarifiers. Yeah, it's very heavy, like, do I stay and fix it or do I just go kind of energy here. Let's see. What can you tell me about this? Give me a little more, please. The Star, yeah, the World, again, with the Queen of Swords and the Eight of Cups. I feel like some of you guys are getting lectured right now because a lot of you already know that you want to leave. You know, whoever I'm talking to here, you already know that what you want is to not be where you are. But I feel like with the World here and the Star, some of you are holding out hope for people that don't deserve it. You know, I feel like with this Queen of Swords here, some of you feel like you're being a little too harsh, or like maybe you're being a little bit too judgmental. But, ooh, Queen of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, like I said, mom energy, baby energy, everyone better be careful. It feels like some of you, why are we holding out hope for these people? What is this? Five of Cups. Okay, so you're all masochists. We knew that. And death. Okay. The way I'm hearing this is pretty rough. Some of you don't want to admit that it's over. Five of Cups, death, and the Six of Wands here. I feel like for some of you, the moment you actually admit that it's over is when you have to actually start changing and confronting with death. That's death of the ego here. And so it feels like you hold out hope for this person. Also for the off chance, literally emphasis heavy on the off chance that this person changes or these people change, when in reality, no one's changing unless they want to, babe. You know, I feel like a lot of you are dealing with people who have already shown their colors. You're dealing with people who have already, like, shown you who they are. Yeah, the Nine of Swords just popped out when I split the deck, and the Hanged Man. Yeah, because then over here in your next row, you've got the Ten of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. I don't know who needs to hear this. It's pretty abrasive, but pragmatic work, you are long past the point of, like, pragmatic work will change this. You know, when we talk about pragmatic work, we're talking about, like, healing actively. For some of you, you're like, oh, if I heal actively, like, or I get this person to heal actively, things will get better. But you're long since past that, okay? With that Ten of Cups here, I feel like some of you, this is so mean. It's how my guides are giving it to me, so I will say it. You need to face the music. And the music is that the symphony's over, babe. Okay? I don't feel like this is really, it's not helping you to remain where you are, you know, because you've got the Page of Swords here with the Six of Cups. Six of Pentacles. That's funny, I said Six of Cups. Six of Cups, some of you this is like a childhood issue. You could have this issue from childhood. But with that Page of Swords and the Six of Pentacles, a lot of you have already considered, like, the alternative. And it's funny because a lot of you it's like you considered the alternative and you're like, yeah, this is better than what I'm going through now. But then it's like, you don't feel like you're in the place to actually make the choice or, like, to make the call. It's a weird one. Two of Wands. Yeah, it feels like a lot of you don't have the self-esteem or the self-assuredness here to, like, make this kind of call or, like, do what you need to do. The Devil. Ew. And the King of Pentacles. Ooh, for some of you, it's financial burden as well. Some of you with the Devil and, like, the King of Pentacles here, you could feel like you're financially tied to this for some reason. With the Magician and the Two of Wands here, it almost feels like some of you... Hold on, say it again. A lot of you don't want to risk being uncomfortable. That's how this is coming through. That's what my guides are giving me here. And I feel like it's a very bad place to be in. Okay? To, like, not want to be uncomfortable so vehemently that you don't look to better yourself or, like, better your circumstances and better the way you're moving through life is, like, a very... the way my guides are giving this to me again, it's kind of mean, like, settler attitude. It's very, like, sad attitude. You know, it's like, oh, I'll just settle because I'll never have anything better than this. You know, with that King of Wands here and the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like some of you guys need to, like, find a new spark, is what I want to say here. I feel like a big piece of advice that I feel like you guys have gotten before, but they want me to give it again, is you need to find something to be passionate about. Yeah, Judgment is coming out again. Even if this is like reoccurring passion, like something that's coming back around for you with that Page of Cups, Ace of Wands, and the Four of Cups, I feel like the way I'm hearing it is like something is better than nothing. You guys need to start caring about the outcome of your life, if even just a little bit, if even just a smidge. Okay. And what I mean by that is like following the passion and like where it's going to lead you. You know, it's almost like the way my guides want me to say this is kind of funny. Like, do you want to sit in a cubicle for the rest of your life? Or is that what you want? Okay, a lot of you just said no. I heard it. So then what's the other option? You have to find a new spark here, guys. Okay? A really big reason that a lot of you are not moving forward here is because you don't have passion. You don't have a spark. You don't have the drive. And it's like, if there's nothing in your life that you feel passionate about, you need to go out and find something. Okay? You need to maybe circle back for some of you guys. Judgment is here. Judgment is the only card in the whole deck that talks about like circling back to something from the past. So for some of you, this is like something you've done before. You're coming back to it, or you're rediscovering it. Yeah, Seven of Wands. But I feel like you guys are just kind of like in this place of, yeah, so stagnant and so stuck. Part of the problem my guides are giving me is that some of you guys need to start imagining a world where you're not stuck. Okay, part of the problem here is like what they're giving me is that you can't even begin to imagine a world where you're not completely stuck. And so you never have anything to strive to. You know, like it just feels like you're always up against this wall where you're always stuck. There's nothing new. It's just same shit, different day. And the Hierophant, and a lot of you are not gonna, oh, you're not gonna like this. Okay. You're more committed to being stagnant and sad than you are to anything else. And you need to ask yourself why. You need to start figuring out why. And questioning yourself here. And really digging into it. Okay? Because chances are you guys already know this. I don't think I'm telling anyone any new information. You already know all of this. But you have to start figuring out why you are so comfortable being, this is so mean, I'm going to say it, miserable. Okay? All right. Let's get you an oracle card. Let's get the collective an oracle card. Let's see what the Angelarium has for you. Because it's almost like this reading is so strange because, like, because happiness can be taken away, but misery is consistent. Lily said the quiet part out loud. All of you need to thank Lily because she just did the homework for you. Because it's weird. Like, this whole reading, the premises of it is so strange. Because it is literally just, I don't want to be here, but I don't want to move forward. You know what I mean? It's like you guys all are aware of like what the issue is. You're so aware of like where you are and what you need to do, but you don't want to do it for some reason here. No, you don't want this one. I was going to say, I'm like, thanks, Lily. I hate it. The way my guides are also giving this to me is like, at some point or another, you will just have to bite the bullet and do it. Thank you. This makes sense. Your card is Chazakiel, Angel of the Mists. This card literally talks about the angel who does not fall from heaven, nor does he stay in heaven. And so he lives dissatisfied in between worlds because he can never make a decision to commit to either path. I think that's pretty fitting. The number is 27 for any of us that are into numerology. Okay. Despair creeps up slowly and seductively. The romance of sadness brings us into its embrace and shields our eyes from the light in the world. If you are drawing this card, ask yourself if your vision has narrowed. Peer beyond the fog. Look for a glimmer in the distance rather than the shadows at your feet. No matter how tight the walls close, the larger world is always still out there. Okay? You guys have to find something and commit to it. Okay? Like, it is, hold on. Say it again. My guide is telling me to tell you that your world is, this is a word I haven't used in a really long time, so I'm probably going to actually look it up. Tepid, T-E-P-I-D. I'm actually going to Google it for us right now. I believe it means like, tepid is like lackluster, if I remember correctly, or like room temperature. Lukewarm, yeah, especially of a liquid, only slightly warm, lukewarm, showing little enthusiasm. Okay, it feel like my guides are highlighting that for you because that's what your world has become. It's tepid. It's tepid. The way I just heard it was tepid monotony. Who wants to live like that? This is definitely Helen because I just heard really loud. You might as well put yourself in a nursing home now. We got to make a choice. We got to find our spark. We got to find our passion. And we got to choose to go a different route than the one we're going currently. Okay. I will end the collective there. That is what I got for you guys. If you do happen to watch this collective on YouTube, I hope to see you over here one day. The community is great. And until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye.